Hello, folks, and welcome to the Movie Mad channel. It's James here, and today I want to say I'm fairly happy, but I'm just grumpy for no unknown reason.
Aye, tell me about
See what I mean? So I don't know why. I'm just a bit tired, I think, but I do like to make these videos because they do take you away out the pressures of life,
it.
and
Stop swinging on your chair.
well, sometimes they do. Take you out the pressures of life and think about the movies and your movie collection and your hobby. And over the last few weeks, I have been stressing. I don't know if stressing is the right word about space in my movie collection because, as you've probably seen, I bought that big bag of Mega Haul from the charity shop, like 26 Blu-rays, 30 DVDs, and I actually have nowhere to put them. And I am going to complete shelving behind there, and it's going to be extra space up there. But I was thinking, what do you want to put in that space? Do you want to put in movies that you've already got? Or do you want to be putting new movies that are going to be added to your collection in there? What's the question? So I decided to try and find an alternative way on my other shelves to get more space. Now, the way I've done this probably isn't going to sit well with some people, how they keep their collections, but I'm more of, I like a nice collector's edition. I like a nice cover, but ultimately, I like a slipcover. But ultimately, I like having the movie in physical media form as the priority of them all. So, what I've done is I've got like my way of setting up my collection is weird. I've got some of my Arrow titles together, got some of my 4Ks together, I've got some like genre sections like horror, Disney, war, things like that. But I've also got actor and actress sections. And what I thought I would do with the actor and actress settings is I would try and condense them down a bit to make a little bit more space. So I had a couple of triple cases. So I took Pretty Woman, which is a single disc, and I had all my DVDs in with them, and so I've took them all out now. So I had one triple case, so I took out Pretty Woman, Erin Brockovich on Blu-ray, and Notting Hill, and I put them all in the one case. Now I've kept all the covers; they're all in here. So if I ever decide I want to have Notting Hill on display rather than Pretty Woman, I can just switch it out. So that saved me 2 spaces, and then I kept doing that, and I've actually gained myself about 50 spaces. But then I put all the charity shop Mega Haul on the was that in shop when I was showing them that? Yes, because it was down here.
No.
Right. I made that mistake before. So let me just show you that again. So I've got Pretty Woman, Erin Brockovich, and Notting Hill all in the same case. But I've kept all the sleeves, and as I say, if I decide to display them in a different way, then I'll just do that. I'll just switch them out. And as I was saying, if I fancy watching a Julia Roberts movie, most likely it'd be one of those 3. So if I go over to the case and Pretty Woman, I open it up and I go, oh, well, then I've got my selection to choose from. So I say I've done that with a few other ones as well, but the chances are I'm not going to remember where every single one is. So luckily it's mainly in actors. In saying that, I've also done it slightly differently as well in this case. So I've got the 40-year-old virgin here with Steve Carell, and I think that's an absolutely great comedy. And I have got another great comedy that I enjoy, that She's Out of My League. So I've put both of them in there, and I think they look good in the red case. See, it would be better if I had a red bit like that. It would be better to have a red bit like that. So again, if I ever decide that one day I want the other one on display, then I'll just switch it out, I've done this exactly the same in another blue case with Love Actually and Crazy Stupid Love. And now I think about it, Crazy Stupid Love's got Steve Carell in it. So I should probably put Crazy Stupid Love in here, and she's out of my league in the other one. But I don't suppose it matters. And will this method lead to mistakes and me rebuying stuff? It probably will. So that is what I've been doing. And I say I got about 50 spaces. I filled up with the 26 that I got in the charity shop Mega Hall. Then, coincidentally on the same day, I went out at lunchtime and I went into the charity shop and I went to the British Heart Foundation. The manager there knows me and she knows because I'm in there like not every lunchtime, but you know, when I take my walk, I just have a quick look round and if I can see from the door if there's new ones or if there's not. And on Monday, when I went in, she goes, "Oh, James, you're in," and I said, "Yeah," and she says, "Well, I've not actually put any Blu-rays out today, so but I'll write on my hand, so remember because I think there's a few upstairs I'll put out so you can have a look." So I went in yesterday, Tuesday lunchtime, and she looked at me and goes, "I forgot the Blu-rays," and I said, "I'm sorry." She said, "I'm sorry, I've just been too busy." I said, "That's all right, that's no problem. I'm in most days. I just have a look round." And coincidentally, just as that happened, a guy opened the door and he brought a underbed box in full of Blu-rays. And she says, "Since I said I was going to put them out for you, have a look in the box, and if there's any there for you, you can take them." So I had a couple in my hand, and I says, "It's quite close to payday, so I need to know how much you're going to charge me for them before I decide if I'm taking a big selection or the ones I want because money's tight close to payday." I say close to payday, it was 9 days away, but you know what I mean. You've got to try and be a little bit careful and sensible with bills. So she said, "I'm just going to charge you £1 each for them." So that's excellent. So that was a really good deal. So I didn't do that. There was lots and lots of them. Some that I could have taken. I could have taken more, but I say I was conscious of budget, so I actually picked up 8 or 9. I picked up 9, and I picked up 2 DVDs, and I took them as well for £1 each. So I spent £11. So not a massive issue. It is if you do that every day and you spend all your money though. So you've got to be careful. So the first one I picked up, which I already own, and the reason I picked it up is because it had the slipcover on it, and I don't actually have the slipcover for my one. And I was like, I'm sure I've not got the slipcover for that. I should just take it. So I did, and came home and I looked at my shelf, and I didn't have the slipcover. So that was great. So I'm going to take the slipcover of that and put it on my own copy. And this is what I mean. I could have just left that because I probably am going to try and upgrade to the 7.4K. But when that is, that could be a year, could be 6 months, it could be a while. Depends when it comes in CX. So for now, I'll add the slipcover to my copy and had a look. This one trades in for £2 anyways, £2 voucher, no cash, but so then I will get my money back. And the other thing I would say is I didn't check one of the discs because I thought that would have been rude, especially when the lady was just doing me a favour and just came in. But look, absolutely perfect condition. So it's actually a better copy than mine, I think. It is. Just keep that one and trade my one. That's actually a better condition than my copy. So that's what a film that is. What's in the box? You all know about that. What a great film it is. So I'm getting a £2 voucher back for that, getting a slipcover. So that was pretty good. The next one I found again, I don't know if I've got this or not. This is the thing. If I don't know if I've got them now and they're all in front of me, and then they're all mixed in together, I'm probably going to make mistakes. That's just because I'm tired right now, I think. But I've got the CLZ Cloud app, so I'm just going to actually look up to see if I have this one before I put it. The only thing with the app is you need to keep it up to date, don't you? According to that, I don't. And it's Julia's Eyes, which is a horror, a terrifying thriller for the master journey Guillermo del Toro. Pan's Labyrinth, you made Pan's Labyrinth, I didn't know that. Or The Orphanage, and I didn't know that. And they are good films. A woman suffering from a degenerative sight disease finds her blind sister Sarah hanged in the basement from her house. Everything points to suicide, but Julia, compelled to investigate to retrace her sister's final steps, is drawn into. I think I've just got this recently. I don't know. If I have, then I have. Next one I picked up for £1, and again, I don't think I've got it, but I've always wanted to see it, and I've always wanted to add it to my Matt Damon collection, shall we say, is Invictus. You just give me 2 secs, guys. Give me 2 secs. Sorry about that. Distractions. I was just saying there that Morgan Freeman and Matt Damon in Invictus, and again, I'm going to check, put my CLZ cloud thing, and just check if I have it, because I don't think I do. But you've got to keep this up to date. I do have the DVD, but I do not have the Blu-ray, it says. And I did always wanted to check this out. It's a Clint, and oh, it isn't in that Clint Eastwood collection I've got up there, is it? Is that why I've got it? Is it in the Clint Eastwood collection? Sorry, I'm just checking it out. No, it's not. So there you go. And that is why I got that one. And again, this one's a 2-disc one with a digital copy in it, so that's not bad. Yeah. So I'm rapidly filling up the space already, haven't I? Next one, again, I wasn't 100% sure I had this, or if I didn't, but for £1 I was going to take it. I've watched it. It was a decent movie. Everybody says it's a classic, but I didn't think it was as good as everyone makes out. According to this, according to my app, I do have it already, and that is Robert De Niro's Raging Bull. But that trades for £1, so if I have got it, I'll just add it in. But it says I've got it in the app, but I'm not 100% convinced I have. Why I'm not convinced I'm on app, I don't know, but there you go. Next, I seen a few people picking this up. Lolly Loves Films and Roy picked up, or a few people have been picking it up lately. Maybe it wasn't Ollie. Not 100% sure on it, but I did. Al found a copy of this a while ago and asked if he had a spare one, if he's seen a spare one, to look out for it for me. But he still hadn't got it. But luckily, I found it for myself now, and that is Mars Attacks. No, that's not correct with Al. Al asked me to get out a CX for him, and I sent it to him, I think. And then when I got that, I realised I didn't have it myself, and I was like, should have got that for I should get that for myself as well. So luckily, in the charity shop, I did Mars Attacks with Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, and Danny DeVito. Crazy comedy, sci-fi comedy. It is a good movie. So glad to add that one to the collection, especially for £1. That's pretty good. The next one I found, I've heard is a good horror. But again, I hadn't heard in a bit. I better check the disc on that, eh? Should have checked on Raging Bull as well. But every single one of these has been in excellent condition. And that one included. So, there we go. So next one I checked out, I seen this horror of American Mary. And I heard that's a good horror. And again, for £1. Very dusty. Does need it, as I say, they hadn't even put it on the shelf, or it just came straight out of the underbed box for the guy that handed them in. And this is American Mary follows broke student Mary Mason, who grows disenchanted with medical school and the doctors. She is idolized to the lure. She's once. If I could read it, would be good. American Mary. I think it's because I can't see it. American Mary follows broke student Mary Manson, who grows disenchanted with medical school and the doctor she once idolized. She allures to the easy money and sends a desperate Mary to the underground world of body modification. We'll leave it there. Next one I've seen. Now these are always good to get. They're always, what do we say? You know, when you say talk about boutique labels and art house and world cinema and things like that, I think this is one of those ones. It's called The White Ribbon, a file by Micah Hankey. But to be honest with you, I picked it up because I thought if you get it for £1 and you didn't like it, more than likely it'll trade for more than what you paid for it. So I'll take it. So it says Hankey is a properly the best world at his art and his craft. On the eve of World War I, the quiet order of a small Protestant village in northern Germany is disturbed by a series of mysterious, inescapable accidents. So I took that one. And I remember this one is absolutely covered in dust. And as I say, bear in mind it came straight out this box and they hadn't put anything away yet. So I will change the case on that. And luckily with my condensing, I've got plenty of cases right now. And that is All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. I'm pretty sure this is a horror. I've heard of it and I haven't seen it. And it basically says it's bloody brilliant on the back of it. So I can't see it. Could you see my other ones? That's for the last one.
I see them next. I don't know about the last one, so I was looking.
I'll better show you American Mary and Mars Attacks, just in case you've never seen them. I think I need to get my camera angle a wee bit lower. Maybe I should bring it a wee bit lower. And that'll save those mistakes. As you know, professional as always. Shoes my jumper on the radiator. There we go. So maybe that's a little bit better. So, again, I picked up a few that were interesting. I could have took a lot more, money permitting, but, So I took this one as well, and it says, Special Restoration of the Red Shoes. Martin Scorsese, Michael Power, and Emmerich Pressworth created a vision in red shoes that has never really been matched. So it's a classic. I can see it's a classic from, I think, can't see which year, but I took that one as well. Last one, I definitely already have. And I just picked it up previously. So I don't know why I took it, because it's not mapped yet. And it's Blue Valentine with Ryan Gosling. I've not even watched it yet. But there you go. I think I've already talked about that before, so I won't talk about it anymore. Otherwise, the video will get too long. The last Blu-ray I picked up, it's the second last one, was this one. It's Wreck Apocalypse. Now, I tried to watch this a few times on Amazon Prime, not Wreck Apocalypse, the first one. And it was in Spanish. I was like, I must be doing something wrong with the languages here, but it turns out it is in Spanish. And Roy very kindly sent it to me, but I've not watched it yet. But I know this is in the series. I think this is the fourth one. So I thought if you got the first one, may as well get the fourth one, and then you can decide whether you want to keep it later on. I'm just thinking to myself, am I buying too many movies? I probably am. Because am I ever going to get to watch them all? The honest answer is probably not going to get to watch them all, but I like to be able to choose. Just go, sometimes I watch YouTube and then YouTube short and goes, what's that clip of that movie? I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. Have I got that? No, I haven't. Can I find it on a streaming service? No, I can't. For example, I'm doing 7 days of Clint Eastwood at the moment. I've watched 3 Clint Eastwood movies and I wanted to watch Gran Torino. Could I find it on any streaming service? No, I couldn't. It is on in my work setup there, so I'll just get out and watch it. But that's what I like about physical media. It's yours, you can choose it when you want. You don't have to search endlessly. But doesn't that as a wee experiment to search for Gran Torino and see if it was actually on anyone? I couldn't find it. Now, the pick of the bunch, I've wanted this movie for quite a while. It's out of print, and I could not. And this was probably one of the first ones I picked up, and it's George C. Scott and Patton. I've seen this a few times. It's been a long time since I've watched it, probably because I've only got the DVD. And that was in the box, so I was definitely going to take that one. And winner of 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, but it's the story of General Patton. And what he did in the war. So, really happy to pick that one up. The last one I picked up, I have got a digital copy of this one. I know there's a Blu-ray, but I think it's quite hard to get. Ash at Popcorn and Horror pointed it out. And I've seen a few clips of it. And I was going to watch it at the Caravan last year when I was there. So I had the digital copy with me and it's still on my laptop. So I never took it off yet. But I thought while it was there, I better get it in. It's Anthony Hopkins in The World's Fastest Indian. I would like to upgrade that to Blu-ray eventually. I've seen clips of it, so I know I'm going to enjoy the movie, but I've not seen the full movie itself yet. So, but for £1, I paid £1 for the DVD. You know, it's shocking for me. Again, excellent condition. There, so out of my £11, I'm going to trade. I'll trade the 7. That'll get me £2. I'll trade Blue Valentine. Don't think you get much for that because I've doubled it. I got myself Patton, Julia's Eyes. I think might have got that. Raging Bull, I might have got that. So I'll probably get £3 or £4 back. So ultimately, I've probably only spent £6. When I say £3 or £4 back, £3 or £4 back in vouchers. But the last thing I picked up, I remember years ago I had this. I think it traded for like £16 at the time. So I traded it in. And I thought I should get it back in the collection. But I'm regretting spending too much money, so I might just trade it. And that is the complete Jeeves and Wooster with Hugh Laurie. I remember watching this as I don't say as a kid, but as a young teenager, and I always thought it was quite funny. Let me have a look. Oh, this has got the cardboard bit. Yeah, I was like, I didn't have this bit. I only had this bit in the old copy. So that's fine. And I would trade it, but it's got a missing disc. So I'll just keep it. I said, well, I can't trade it because it's got a missing disc. That's what I get for not checking them all, isn't it? But it's £1. In fact, it's probably got the disc somewhere. No, it doesn't. But I could ask the lady at the shop. It's unlikely to be there. Oh well. I didn't want to go checking all the discs in front of the lady when I just got them for a really bargain price. So there you go. So that is my talk today about my space, my collecting, and I have just contradicted myself completely by saying I need more space and then going out and buying more movies. And that's how my collection works. I'm a contradiction, what can I say? So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, that would be good. And if you've got any comments or any thoughts on what I've done with my life, in my movie collecting life, you can let me know. And or any thoughts on any of the movies. I'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks very much.